Hey, the Circle of Hope pastors are here, and we're answering another question that we have. It's people are thinking about college now. It's August, school's about to start, and so we want to have a general discussion about college. What about it? We only have 5 minutes to tackle this large subject, so we'll do our best. Ben, you have some immediate experience with this. What about it?
Yeah, I've been hanging out with these kids from Collingswood High for a couple of years. We started a cell together, and now they're going off to college, and they're really dealing with this kind of firsthand. Should I go? Should I go to college, or should I just go to work? Some of them are having actually trouble, like even hanging in their first year of college because they didn't get super well prepared by their high school in Camden, and it's really a tough struggle. But like, at the same time, I'm like pushing them towards like the best deal that they can get, but also I'm warning them, like, don't just go to some designer school just because you can get the cheap. It seems like it's cheap, but you're gonna have to pay all of that back. And I'm just pleading with them. It's okay to just go to Camden County College and then maybe transfer to a 4-year school later, but do whatever it takes to get out with the least debt possible, because it's just a piece of paper. It's just your entry into the economy, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ben, I'm a big fan of learning. Obviously, I have my master's degree, but that's the thing with college that I think is so prohibitive is the financial costs. I, too, am planting the church with brilliant 20-somethings who are up past their necks in debt. I was one of those kids, and they can't not work with every square inch of their time because they've got to pay off this debt for the next 20, 30 years. And I wish we could create an alternative to that system. It seems crazy.
Yeah, because they're all afraid, right? They just have to do that thing.
You know,
What do you think?
I have a lot of ideas about this. I was a public school teacher in Philadelphia for a long time, and for most of the kids that I taught, if they could get into college, it was always the best option for them, because a lot of urban youth in particular, especially in the school district of Philadelphia, don't have a lot of other options. College doesn't just educate, it doesn't just prepare you for the economy. It can even form your character, keep expanding your mind. You know, as a son of immigrants who came to the United States actually looking for some opportunity amidst persecution as Christians in Egypt, it was a no-brainer for me to go to college. It wasn't really a discussion. You know, this is just part of how I was going to survive, because a job for me wasn't going to cut it. I had to try something else. And I think that God is much more concerned about your character than your education and your career. And so if college is an option for you and you want to take advantage of it, I think staying centered on that basic path with God matters even more than anything, really. But to me, if you can do it, try to take advantage of it. And if cost is a problem, talk to your community. Maybe we can do something.
Well, why go to college when you could be a professional YouTuber and make, tons of money screwing off in your room? I mean, that's kind of like one thought. I'm glad that we're talking about the myth of, if you stay in your lane, you play by their rules and go according to the system, you will be rewarded according to the merit of your work. And that's problematic, and that's not true. And there's a whole generation of debt slaves looking for work right now that, it's a condition that we're trying to sort through. Yeah, when my children who are teenagers, talking about my oldest kid going, what she's doing after high school, I've told her to, unless she really knows what she wants to study for a couple of years or is getting like a free ride or a lot of financial help, consider serving for a year and maturing a little bit before going into it just as like a social decision. But give it some, develop yourself and use it for what it is. And I was sharing this with a friend of mine who's our kids are the same age, and she's black, and she said, well, yeah, you would tell that to your kid because she's white. And I was like, burn. I mean, that's like true, and for a lot of particularly black people in Philadelphia, going to college is like it's limiting the oppression that you sense from society and from the structures and systems. So I'm sorry if I just made this more complicated, but I hope that what we're saying is we got to follow God. We need to form alternative community, and we need to keep both developing and sharing the good knowledge that we have access to.
Yeah. There's a lot of policy discussion that we could keep trying to have here. We're not policy experts by any means, or even philosophers. The one thing that I think we'll all agree to is discern the spirit. Use the community around you to answer these big questions. There's not necessarily a right or a wrong here, but if we're talking about it and you're seeking some mutuality with your cell leader, with your pastors, with others, I think you'll be blessed in that. So thanks for listening. Thanks for connecting with us. If you like this, share it around. Let's keep talking. Let's keep relating. If you have more questions, throw them at us. We'll answer them. Peace.